Okay, everybody, welcome back. This is the last of the training series. It's for approvers and the approval process. And I'm hoping that other people besides approvers look at it so they can see how we do this and how we determine when things are good or bad or whatever the case may be. As the third approver, I see every single expense report. I've got a couple here. I'd like to show you approvers some simple ways to do this effectively. So I've got a couple examples here. I'm gonna take Corey's for a moment. So if you're an approver, it's on this side. Well, I'll open Corey's. I see that the first thing I always check is, okay, is this corporate? Is this corporate? Is this corporate? Is this corporate? Or vice versa. I'm looking for cross-coding right off the bat. Well, and again, I have somebody who goes behind me and double checks, okay? So that's the first thing I'm doing. The next thing I'm doing is I'm also looking, I need to be able to see what did they allocate, and he's got a lot of allocations. Does he have the receipts for it? And there's a simple way to do this. You see this word right here, it says compare. And what this will do, this will separate your screen into two segments. Now you have to do it, you have to do this. You come over, you can do either side the way you want. I make this the payable invoice. Okay, that keeps this screen here. Okay, now if they did a single PDF, then this would only have payable invoice, but I know the receipts are in this other document. So I come here. And now I get ready to start looking at their receipts. Now, how you do this is up to you. I've kind of gotten good enough that I can start looking at and being able to say, okay, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, yada, yada, yada down the road. Some people say, well, there's too many over here to keep track of. I would suggest that if you have a snippet tool and you've got a couple of duplicate screens or whatever, you could actually snip the segment that they have and then work it here. You could say, okay, now I've got this, so I've got a charge over here for 428. Okay, it's that one right there. I draw a line through it, and I got a 2140 here, and I've got it, and I get it there. And you can do it that way, okay? Or if it's a small amount, you can just rummage through it. I'm not going to tell you exactly what methodology is best for you. Okay, but I do find splitting the screen to be the easiest way in order to check to make sure, and you can see how many pages you have to go through to look at this one, okay, and it goes down the line, okay. The question comes is, once you've decided, you can do one of two things. You can reject or you could approve. If you're going to reject, okay, make sure. Let me go back for a moment. Let me go back into this one here. If you reject, be very, very careful. Do not dispute. The first thing you should always choose is send document back to STEP. And I can send it back to whoever the approver is or to the owner. I usually send it back to the owner, and you can type a message in here. Missing documentation. Receipts don't add up. You submitted an order, not a receipt. Help your people by giving them a message. Tell them what's wrong, and it will show up on the side underneath. And then when you get ready, you hit confirm and it sends it back. And what I mean by this is you can see the comments will be here for the whole thing. The running dialogue will be there. One other thing you probably need to do as well is one of the troubles we're having initially when people were allocating to properties is that they coded their meals and their travel on their travel, and that got separated on February the 11th of 2019. And if they've got a long list here and it's saying travel, and you know they got meals, you can come right up here to allocation. And if you click the allocation button, and I can drag this out, you can see if there's something being allocated to and what the code is. See, I know he's got entertainment and meals, and I know he's got travel. And you can scroll down to see what all the GLs are being hit. So that's another thing you can look at in case you're going to reject or accept. And if you hit accept, it moves on to the next level. You approve it, it'll ask you to who you're going to send it to. Normally, if it's got corporate coding in there, it's going to go to Chase or somebody in corporate accounting. If it's property oriented, you'll see me or somebody else in corporate AP making that choice. Okay. This is the last training film. I appreciate y'all putting up with my Texas accent and enjoying this award-winning presentation. I assume it will probably get Nolan Espiritu an Academy Award for production. If not, I'm going to be outraged. Again, please communicate to us through our use inbox and not to me personally or to whoever else is helping me, because every now and then they give me the privilege of going on vacation. Again, that's use@aimhosp.com. And please communicate using comments so that people know. And again, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a pleasant experience using Use.